here got into the game to get okay with girls? Raise your hand if to get okay with girls. A few of you, okay? Who here got into it to meet just one girl, someone that they really want to be with? Let's go here, cool. Me too. All right. Who got into it to get laid loads and be surrounded by loads of women throwing themselves all over them? Yeah, there's quite a few more. It's funny how that happened. Now, one of the things that I'm known for is my certain type of game. And normally when I do these talks, I talk about what attraction is and how it works. And that stuff's readily available. And I'll tell you how you can find that out. But today I'm going to talk about something different. I'm basically going to talk about getting laid like a pimp. And this is something I haven't really done before. I haven't really spoken about this. And it's something that I think a lot of people are aware that I did. And a lot of people know that I created. But I've never really explained how I did it. And so I thought, well, if we're going to talk about something a bit different, how about we talk about being a real player? And I'm not talking about the kind of player that walks up to some girl in the street and he's wearing goggles and a top hat, and he's, going to sit and talk them into bed for 7 hours and, until the point like, oh, fine, just get it over and done with, don't talk to me anymore, not another opinion opener. I'm talking about women actually wanting to have sex with you. Not just wanting to have sex with you, but to a point where when you turn around to them and say, hey babe, would you mind hurrying up and getting out of here? Because in about half an hour, I've got Layla coming over. And I want to clean the bed sheets before she gets here. I'm talking about real, I'm talking about the real thing. And she's cool with it. She's not upset at you. She's not angry at you. She's not, you're seeing someone. I mean, she's completely fine with this. What would you do if I told you there are only 3 things in your life you need to be able to do that? 3 things you could walk out the door having. Well, one of them might take a bit longer than the other 2. But there's 3 things. And it's that simple. And I analyse this. Now, I'm not one of those PUAs that sits around a forum analysing it with other PUAs. I spoke to the girls that I hang around with. I don't know if any of you know, I specialise in a certain type of game where I surround myself with a lot of girls. I call it entourage game. It's the idea where you have a lot of women in your life and it gets you used to speaking to a lot of women. So I didn't ring up a bunch of PUAs and go, hey Neil, buddy, I was just wondering, what do you think about this? No, I asked some girls. I went, hey girls, what do you think about this? If you met a guy that had these qualities, would you say that that's typically the kind of guy that you look at and you go, oh, he's a real arsehole, but, I really like sleeping with him. What qualities create that? And there were 3. So today, I'm going to talk about these 3 qualities. I'm going to talk about how you can walk out of this room knowing what to do to get all 3 of these qualities. And you too can become a pimp, like 50 Cent. You won't have his money, but whatever, it works. Okay, before we start, has anyone got a guess? What 3 things do you think you need in your life to get laid like a rock star? Anybody? Confidence. It's one of the qualities. Yeah.
Pre-selection?
That's the second quality. You guys are good. Third one. Game. All you need is confidence, pre-selection, and game. Okay. Game's too broad a term. Luck. Something else. Luck. That's it? No. You just got to get lucky. Yeah? Roll a dice. 1 in 10. Done. Approach 200. No. The real key to it is the ability to sexually escalate. And there are 3 parts. Now, I'll give you some examples. Let's imagine a dude that has only 2 of any of these 3 qualities. So a guy that's confident and has pre-selection. So he's confident, he's outgoing, loud, he's surrounded by women. But he doesn't know how to push him past that barrier where he's going to get laid. Congratulations, we have the gay best friend. He's fun, he's outgoing, he's chatty, he makes the funniest jokes and everyone loves him. And he goes home every night beating off, wonder why nobody will sleep with him. Poor dude. And every time he talks to a girl and he explains that he likes a girl, she looks at him and she's like, I thought you were gay. Because he never makes an advance. He never sexually escalates. He never expresses his desire to dip his pen in the proverbial ink. He's not looking to do that, so he's got a problem. All right, let's look at another one. Let's give someone the ability to sexually escalate, and let's make them confident. Now, typically, I would call that a WPUA, a wannabe pickup artist. This is a guy who's very confident. He goes up to every girl he meets, sexually escalates, and doesn't get anywhere. He's like, yeah, baby, you know you want me, yeah, oh, I'm going to do it to you all night. And she's like, you're a weirdo. Like, no, I don't want you. Where does what you want have to, I don't want you. I don't like you. No other girls like you. You're just weird. Why are you wearing goggles? Like, this is a key part. He's missing something. And then you've got pre-selection and the ability to sexually escalate. Now, this guy is going to get laid. This guy is surrounded by a lot of women, and he knows how to express his desires. But he's quietly confident. Well, he's not confident, in fact. So he's quietly on his own. This guy's getting laid with the ugly girl of the group. He's quietly sitting there in a corner with the ugly girl who's realised how fun he is. She's part of the social group, and he's sexually escalating on her because he hasn't got the confidence to do it anywhere else. Now, if you have all three, you've suddenly become a babe magnet. And there's a lot of reasons for this, which we're going to talk about in a second. What I want you guys to do is to imagine, what does it mean to be confident? How can we be confident? I was very fortunate. I get to go to lunch with some really interesting people. And today I got to go to lunch with Gambler. And we were sitting down talking, and he was explaining to me one of his theories about confidence.